What's going on, everyone? Darkwater here, and welcome back to Airport CEO. We are finally back. We are doing another airport recreation. Hopefully you guys are just as excited as I am to be back in here. I know you guys are curious as to which one we are building, and this is actually not the airport I selected is not the first one I was initially thinking about doing. I wanted to do a shorter series. I don't know how short this series actually will end up being. Most of the ones that I've done have been between 30 and 50 plus episodes. This is going to be on the shorter side of that range. And doing that somewhat intentionally given the different games that are coming out in the near future over the next couple months, including Mall Crazy, City Skylines 2, and there's a few others that I'm planning on getting onto the channel. Also looking at doing another airport CEO before the end of the year. So probably mid-November is going to be the next one after this. Initially, I was thinking about a couple different ones, including as suggested by Tyler the Creator 2503 several months ago. Was suggesting Dallas Fort Worth International, and that was one that I was initially thinking about doing, and then I started mapping it out, and that airport is massive. And I mean, like, number 2 in the nation massive. I don't know if I can get it on the map. I started to play around with it in sandbox mode just to at least get a map idea. And I got one of the terminals in, and then I started to run people through it because I wasn't sure if the way that it was laid out would be, oh, what's the word I wanted? Doable, I guess. I couldn't get people through security the way it was laid out, so that's going to be something that I spend more time trying to map out. I spent already 5 and 6 hours, but it's going to take a little bit longer. So we're going to push that one back. That might be the one that starts in November. We will see. But I wanted to do a smaller build in a more snowy region, and I'll discuss as to why. JR Airplanes today, in fact, this is, if that gives you any idea as to what kind of recording schedule I've been on recently. Also wanted to know if I would ever do an airport outside the US, and absolutely. If you have an airport that you want to see me attempt a recreation of, go ahead and drop it in the comments below. I definitely will take a look. Most of the time, whenever I'm looking to do one of these, I take a look at not only how complex the layout is from a structural aspect, I also want to make sure that I can do justice to the inside of the airport as well. So I look for a lot of pictures, videos of the inside of the airport, as well as the clarity on the maps that are provided from the airports. So just if there's one domestic or international that you guys want to see, just throw it in the comments. I'll take a look. Today, well, starting today, we're going to be working on the Ted Stevens Anchorage International Airport. And I know that's not one that is really on a lot of people's radar when it comes to airports. And it's a considerably smaller airport. So tell you what, we'll jump over to Google Maps and we will take a quick look at the layout of the airport, as well as take a quick look at a little bit of the history behind the airport before we get into the build. Okay, taking a look at the Ted Stevens Anchorage International Airport. It is situated about 5 miles from downtown Anchorage, which is right over here. There's the Fair 2 Theater Pub that you can check out on the way to downtown after you land at the Ted Stevens Anchorage International Airport. Has 3 major runways. It's got 25 left, 25 right. Both of those are, well, the 25 left is 12,000 feet, almost 12 and a half. Well, and then 25 right is 10,600. Then it's got going almost perpendicular to it 33, and that is 10,865 in feet. This one is asphalt concrete. This one is only asphalt, and so is 33, which is a little bit interesting. The images looks like it's concrete, but we'll go with what the web says. As I normally do, we'll do a little bit of poking around here and there. This is the main terminal area for the airport. There are 3 different concourses. There's Concourse A, which is down over here. There's B, which is basically this section up here, and there is C over on the side here. Check-in is on the 2nd floor. There's baggage on the 1st floor. And there's pickup and drop off that winds around. There's all the car rental agencies over here. And then there's parking garage and extended parking going further out. Right here is the Build Sheffield, Alaska Railroad Depot that runs during the non-winter seasons. So that'll take you out and take you off into downtown Anchorage. The second portion is the north terminal up here, which is the international terminal. There is a walkway between the two, which is this little guy right here, and this is on the unsecured side. So if you're going from an international flight to a domestic flight, you have to exit through security, come back, walk down here, and enter back through, go back through security, and then you can board your flight. But this is pretty much primarily international. There are 3 lounges here. There's a smoking lounge, which is up in the front here, and then there's another 2. There's a single Alaska duty-free gift shop, and there's one other gift shop before you hit security, and that's it. There's not really any shops over here. There's apparently an ATM, so you can withdraw some cash, so you can buy something at the duty-free shop, but that's about it. And then there's obviously U.S. Customs, which, oddly enough, whenever I clicked on it, it only has a 2-star rating on Google, so, well, we'll see. Going further up, you've got the fuel service company, you've got field maintenance here, as well as police and fire. The fuel depot is across 33 over kind of on the side here. There are a bunch of cargo hangars because this airport is one of the busiest cargo hubs in the U.S. Going through the history real quick, we'll hit some of the high notes of the Ted Stevens Anchorage International Airport. I will probably shorten that down to Anchorage International. The IATA code for this airport is ANC. It was built in 51, primarily serving Alaska Airlines, Northwest Orient, Pacific Northern Airlines, and Revolution Airways. Basically, it was kind of the crossroads of the world through most of from 51 through the mid-80s, because a lot of flights from Europe were basically stopping off here on their way to a lot of the Eastern Asian countries. That's because airspace within China the Soviet Union and the Eastern Bloc were off limits. So there wasn't a short way for people in Europe to get to the Pacific Ocean side without having a short stop here. However, as planes became larger and longer ranges, mostly with the Boeing 747, air traffic started to decrease. It is, as of 2022, it was just shy of 5 million passengers. But still a lot of service between Alaska and the Eastern Asian side, particularly Tokyo. What else do we've got? 2020, the airport was briefly the busiest in the United States due to the volume of cargo that was running through there. Again, it is a huge cargo hub. You can see all of the different cargo areas. We'll have a lot of hangars over on this side as we are building it through. What else do we've got? Concourse C, which is basically this little skinny section up here where the sushi on the fly is. That was where the original concourse was back in the 50s. And so it's undergone an expansion in 2009 along with A and B to kind of bring them all together into a nice little convenient hub there. There is shuttle service that runs every 15 minutes. You can see it right here. And you could catch a shuttle from there up here to the international terminal and back. If you wanted to not have to walk the distance between the two. Looking at the top airlines from December 2021 to November 2022. Obviously, the number one is Alaskan Airlines with a 64.5% market share, and that followed by Delta, United, Horizon, and Raven Air. Top destinations from this airport: Seattle, Tacoma, then followed by Fairbanks, Chicago O'Hare, Minneapolis St. Paul, Juneau International, Bethel Airport in Bethel, Alaska, Denver International, Kodiak Airport in Kodiak, Alaska, Kenai Municipal Airport in Alaska, and Portland International in Portland, Oregon. So there's the train. There's also a bus that runs from the airport on out. Then you can even see the taxis just waiting here on the ground floor, and this is a secondary floor where arrivals and check-in is, and so baggage is down here. So all the departures up here, arrivals on the lower, and it all connects out over here. So zooming out a little bit, we've got water, got a bunch of trees we'll add in as well. Probably do a little bit of stuff up in the portion up in this area, and there are a lot of just empty stands, and I'm thinking, which is not something I normally do, well, that was phrased horribly. I was thinking about doing a lot more general aviation flights, since that's not something I normally do in a lot of the airports, which is one of the reasons why I did select this one. So we can do some general aviation flights, just landing and taking off up here. We'll do a hangar for the FedEx shipping area, and some of the cargo up here. DHL is up there as well. And then in addition to the medium stands that we'll have through here, there's also down here in A, a lot of just small stands. There's, I think, 8 different small stands that we'll be able to add down here for A. I might just do 6. We'll see how that kind of shakes out. This is a significant change to the airports that I have been doing because it's a lot smaller. And that will lead to being able to add a little bit more detail into the airport. And I like the idea of adding in some small stands in addition to the medium ones that I normally do. I don't think I'm going to do any larger stands with the... I might do a couple large stands over in the international section, but we'll see on that. But one of the other things that in the other series that we've done that I've never actually played with is de-icing. And that's one of the reasons why I did also choose the Anchorage International Airport, is to be able to do some de-icing, which I never played with in any of the series that I've done. You can see Lake Hood over here, and Lake Hood is the largest seaplane base in the world. And so you can take a look at all the tiny little seaplanes that are just lined up here. We don't have any seaplanes, but maybe I'll add in a little Lake Hood over here as well. So the smaller airport will give us a lot more area that we can to detail. We'll have basically the 2 runways running up and down, and then the third running perpendicular to it. It looks like it almost crosses over the other runway, but I think it's just going to be sitting right up against it. But this is what we're going to spend the next few, well, it's going to be more than a few episodes, probably a few weeks here, working on the Ted Stevens Anchorage International Airport. Ted Stevens, if you were curious, was a U.S. Senator for Alaska. Served from, what was his years? 1968 through 2009. He was a U.S. Senator for Alaska. Passed away in 2010. He was involved in a plane crash at this airport in 1978. A Learjet crash, killing 5 of the 7 that were on board. He obviously survived. His wife did not. So in 2000, the government in Alaska, the legislature there, decided to honor him and his service by attaching his name to the airport. Okay, we are back in the airport CEO. Again, we're using the large map, even though it is a smaller airport. Rough layout, we're going to be doing the 2 runways, 25 left and 25 right. Right being on the bottom half, left being on the top. And then 33 will be basically running perpendicular to those, coming across the top. We'll have concourse B up here, C on the side, A down here. We'll probably shift that down a little bit. It's going to be dependent on where that large runway ends up sitting. And then over on the right-hand side, we'll have the international terminal with a little walkway in between. We'll probably do a walk-later in there to make it easier for the game itself. And fuel is up in the top portion. Police and fire on the right-hand side. I think we'll do hangars down where a lot of the cargo area is down over here. We'll probably do a couple hangars on the right-hand side. I'm also thinking about doing the catering and waste depot, also kind of in this area, representing a lot of the cargo areas. Also, I think having the added buildings will be a nice effect. And then we'll have the parking garage and the car rental agency in the middle. So the road's basically going to come in, and you'll have your passenger drop-off pickup and come back down. Jetways are on level 2. Not that we have levels just yet. But there will be pickup drop-off on this ground floor. We are not going to be able to do it on the departures floor, which is the second floor, because that is also the same floor that the jetways would be on. And check-in. So all of pickup and drop-off are going to be on this ground floor. One of the other things that I did a smaller map for is so we can ratchet up the difficulty level. We went back to extreme difficulty, so we are only sitting on 0.5 mil. So we're going to have to use money kind of a little bit wisely here. So first off, we're going to need small runway. And we're going to end up probably using 2 at some point. And then we'll do a small terminal down in the middle here. And then once we get the medium stands, we'll be able to unlock. Ooh, how are we going to do that? Because we're going to have to unlock 2 at some point, unless we do a medium runway running vertically. And those are, what is the cost? 750? Yeah, that's going to be a chunk of change. Sounds like a problem for another day. Today we need to get planes going. I'm trying to plan because I know I'm going to need a second small runway at some point. This is going to be the first tile we get. That's not something I normally do. Normally, for whatever reason, I go to the right. We're going to do left, and then this one so we can get the large runways in, and we will start working on A first. And then we can map out B and C. I think that's going to be the way we go. I'm going to do this over on... No. Give me a... Let's go with a grass stand. Granted, yes, I know grass in the Arctic. I don't know. According to the game, this is a polar region. I'm going to do this. And because we're going to do a temporary terminal down in this area as soon as we get corporate. Hold on, we need to... Can I get a 3-star? Is 3-star an option yet? No, 86. Great. Let's let the game run for a quick second. Staff. Because I'd like to get a commercial license going almost immediately. I don't have anybody. Admin. Franco, come on. I'm gonna need you. Okay, so we're dropping stuff off. That's great. I don't have... Ah, that's what I was hoping for. 103. Take it. Let's go ahead and deploy everybody. There we go. Get that rolling. And hopefully we'll get some folks coming in. No runway I know no runway exists. I'm fully aware of that. Thank you. I need to do a little work over here. Give me... Oh, this is going to be expensive. Oh, I can't do it there because I need... Oh, this is going to be very problematic here. Hold on. Give me... There. Okay. Trying to map out stuff in my head. That's not going to go well. Do a stop. Oh, I didn't even put that in the correct place either. Jeez. If that gives any kind of indication how this series is going to go, that's going to be a good series. Let's get a... Let's just do a small door. We don't need a massive door here. Since, quite frankly, the only person that's going to be using this is Mr. Alvarez for right now. No, I can't do desks. Really? Oh, there we go. Okay. Wrong desks. Staff room. We're going to do small little staff room. We're going to add a couple desks in here so we can get administrators in and working. You know what, Victor? We need you. Oh. Because I do want the commercial license right out the gate, because that's going to get us some decent money. However, we need a runway in order to have some decent money. Grass runway. Oh, that's expensive. That's very expensive. We'll do one there. We'll do one over here. Do I have enough cash to do this? Yes, okay. Let's get a couple other stands in here. I'm not going to go nuts. I'm going to be reasonable. I know that's different than normal. I'm going to try not to take out loans, but I've got a feeling that's not going to happen either. We're going to connect you guys all up. I need an air traffic control tower. Hopefully you're not expensive. No, you're good. Okay, well... No, don't want to put you there. We're just going to pop you down over here. How's that? We get a weather station. Do I want to do fuel? I'm thinking not yet. Let's speed things up so we can get stuff built. Gonna open the airport. We're gonna allow general aviation for right now. Again, general aviation, we might keep going forward. Executives, let's grab a CFO. I already got a CFO. Let's not worry about anybody else just yet. You guys are hammering away on everything. Road. This was not quite how I envisioned the road going, but it'll be fine. We're going to do this as a one-way system, like that. Not connected to a runway. Oh, that's because the runway's not built. Hey, we got a commercial license. Fantabulous. Let's... I don't know. Baggage can wait. Medium can even wait as well. Extended commercial license gives us catering, de-icing, subway. Maybe. Let's go ahead and get the jet fuel. We'll research that real quick, because with the commercial license, we can get jet fuel going. And I'm telling you, if that is a cow on the runway already... Nope, it's a fox. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, I thought I set that runway to go the opposite direction, but sure. Well, we've got flights. First GA flights coming in. Wait, I've got a CFO, don't I? I can set fees, can't I? I can. Let's crank that up. And we will crank that up there as well. We've got flights coming in. Not gonna lie, I want to actually switch these to E. Things are gonna get real expensive real fast, aren't they? Let's do that. I'm gonna take out this. Four. That you guys are gonna have to move. That was poor planning on my part already. Oh, no, not that wall. Okay, well, take the wall out too. Fine. Give me secure. I mean, I suppose you guys could work behind the secure area. It's fine. But, yeah. Give me a small one here. You are going to be commercial. Oh, I didn't get there fast enough. Do one there, one there. Get rid of that staff zone. We'll put the staff zone down over. I'm going to move the staff zone several times, aren't I? No, I want a staff room. Staff zone, staff room. Tomato, potato. There. Ah, and we can get our first. Oh, I don't have security. I don't have staff. Let's grab a couple passenger service agents. Let's get ourselves some security. Probably more than we need. We'll get a couple service techs since we're in here. Not like we're not going to need them soon. Ramp agents, why not? I mean, only money, right? How about a janitor or two? You guys. Strategy, procurement. Sure? No. Okay, can't do that. Because night flights are not a thing. Victor, why are you outside? You will catch a cold, my man. Oh, I don't have an exit. I've got an entrance, but I don't have an exit. I I there. Did I not take out that? Oh, I did staff zone, didn't I? Because of course I did. Hey, look, an exit. Welcome to Alaska, everyone. You can go. Hey, we've got our first two commercial stands. And we have 25,000 remaining. So, oh, hold on, hold on, hold on. It's been a minute and I've forgotten how things work. Havana? Really? Okay, we'll go with Havana. Why not? Seems reasonable that Havana is flying to Alaska, and we will do that. Because, yeah, I have to actually put flights in. Oh, I don't have a COO or a CIO. Can I have flights, please? Does that answer no? What are we researching? Ah, we got jet fuel. Give me night flights. I feel... Night flights is going to take a minute here. Ah, thank you. First commercial flights. There we go. And let's just go ahead and crank up passenger handling as well. Because we're going to need the cash. But this gives us a decent start. We've got some general aviation flights coming in and taking off. We've got some Havana flights we can get in here as well. And I think this is a good starting spot. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and leave this episode here. Thank you guys for watching. I look forward to seeing you guys again as we build out Anchorage International Airport. And as always, I hope you guys have yourselves a spectacular day.